Welcome back to this pick,
Welcome back to the show, you guys.
and this is going to be our preview of the Chiefs and the Ravens. Chiefs are favored by 5.5. I do got the Chiefs winning this one. I think it's going to be really close, field goal game, kind of maybe in the line of 5 points, 6 points, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah.
This Chiefs, man, that offense is just humming on all cylinders. It's going to be really interesting to see how the matchup against that defense is going to be. I want to see if Sammy Watkins can step up and even play like he's been playing. Kelsey's going to be a big factor.
Yeah.
Earl Thomas is going to have a really rough day having to guard him. We'll see if D.D. Williams can actually start playing like he was playing last year. He's been struggling so far this season.
Yeah.
That line's going to struggle a little bit against that pass rush of the Ravens. It's going to be a really interesting matchup. For the Chiefs defense, that Ravens offense is just hitting on all cylinders. Action Jackson balling out, looking like an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Now, I want to calm down a little bit with that. He did play some whack-ass teams, but he's looked
This is
amazing
the test.
himself. He looked amazing in those games, especially that Cardinal game. That throw to Hollywood was an
Nasty.
absolute dime. So, I thought he was going to be really, really good. I thought he had the highest upside of any quarterback of that draft, realistic highest upside, which I mean is the person who's going to realistically get to his peak. Josh Allen was my person the highest upside just because he can throw 200 yards pretty much and run and stuff. But I just didn't ever think that Josh Allen would hit that peak like I think Action Jackson might.
Yeah.
No, I think Bake's probably going to be the best quarterback overall success-wise, but I think Action Jackson's the most talented.
Yeah.
But anyway, this Ravens team is hitting on all cylinders. Their offense has been really impressive. Mark Andrews is looking like, if not the best tight end, one of them in the NFL right now. Hollywood's been really good. He's been playing even better than I figured he would. I was a little worried how he's going to fit in this offense just because they're so run-heavy, but Action Jackson playing so well that doesn't really matter. And Hollywood's balling out that first game. Pretty much every time he touched the ball was almost a touchdown. And that second game, he hadn't have as much of a success, but he still played really well. Ingram's been playing well for the Ravens. He's going to have a really big impact. Hollywood's going to have a good game, take a top off the defense. Andrew's going to have to step up as well. And we need to see a third player as that receiving core is going to have a really good game as well. Because Hollywood's probably going to, if he keeps on the seed, he might be even getting bracketed, and or Andrew might get bracketed. So we'll see who actually gets bracket coverage. Even if they don't do that, I think they should, because they're just both been playing so well. On defense for the Ravens, you just gotta contain Patty. You can't stop him. It's hard to
shut him
even
down
slow
completely,
him down.
Yeah.
Just like don't let him throw for 500 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's not even an overstatement with him, honestly. Like that's kind of a realistic game to a degree. So you can't have those type of stat lines. If you can hold him 300 yards or anything under, that's an accomplishment in my eyes.
Right.
And 2 touchdowns, that's an accomplishment in my eyes.
Not really let him run the ball over you either. He can run the ball. That's what people kind of forget.
That too. So they need to shut down the running game to a degree. Honestly, I would even be smart to even have D.D. run as much as he wants because he's been struggling. So that passing offense, really. But yeah, that it's gonna be an interesting matchup with the offense of the Ravens and that defensive line for the Chiefs as well. Clarkson had to have a good game. I want to see who goes up against Brown, Hollywood, Antonio Brown, Lando Brown. Sorry, Lando Brown.
All these Browns.
So that's a lot of Browns. So that's going to be interesting. Brown's been playing fairly well so far this season. He had a solid rookie year. Been playing well his second year. But he's still not as good as a left tackle for the Ravens. He does still get help, chips, and just double teams. So he is the weaker link. I think their left guard is the weakest link in their center, but he's the third one, the weakest link, and they need to see if they can take advantage of Clark or other pass rusher for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah, the player games for Chiefs, guy that needs to have a big impact is going to be the Honey Badger in my eyes. Didn't really talk about him, but he's been kind of struggling a little bit so far this season. He needs to have a good game. And for the Ravens, it's going to be Hollywood Brown for me. Going to have to have a really good game as well.
Yeah, man, I actually got the Ravens winning this. I think it's going to be a shootout. I don't think it's going to be crazy numbers like 45, 46 or anything.
No.
But I think it's going to be in the 30-plus range, somewhere about right there. I think the Ravens defense, if I had to pick which defense will play better, I think the Ravens defense will play a bit better because I just think they're a bit better of a defense. So I think they're going to get a couple more stops than what the Chiefs defense is going to do. So yeah, man, I think Action Jackson, this is his year really to show out, man, because it's like what he has this interview on NFL Network coming up on Sunday morning, and he kind of they showed a little clip of it, and that's what he said. He's like he's listening, or he's looking at what the critics are saying, and what he's doing is just turning it all into motivation. So all these people that are saying he can't throw or can't do this or can't do that, he's putting that in his head, and he's just going out and playing, man. And if there's any game that I think he really needs to prove himself, this is definitely one of the games that he needs to prove himself, and I think he's going to. I think he's going to throw just as good as he did in the last two games. He might get in a little bit of trouble with that line, like Adam said. He might be running around a little bit more than he probably wants to in this game, but that's the thing about Jackson. He can run around. So I think he's going to be all right. I don't think he's going to take a whole bunch of sacks. Like I said, I don't think he's going to panic and turn the ball over. So I think he's going to be all right in that case. But yeah, man, I think he's going to ball out. I think these receivers like Hollywood Brown and the other receivers are going to get open. Mark Andrews has been a huge target for him. He's been scoring pretty much a majority of the touchdowns that Jackson's thrown has been to Andrews. So he's a big threat. So I think these receivers are going to have a pretty fun time for the Ravens. And on the flip side of the ball, man, I think, like I said, I think they're going to ball out too. I just think that the Ravens might get a few more stops against that offense than the Chiefs defense will. But yeah, I think Patty's going to have a solid game. I don't think he's going to turn over the ball that whole lot unless he gets. I don't see him throwing picks, but I can see him like maybe getting sack fumbled or something like that by like Judon. I can see that happening. But yeah, I think he's going to play well for the most part. I think that line has to do a bit better of a job, especially in this game, because yeah, that Ravens pass rush is really solid. So if they don't want him running around with his head cut off or taking any sacks, then they got to step up. But yeah, like I said, I think this is going to be a fun, entertaining game. I think it's going to be pretty high scoring. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be like in the 40s or nothing, but I think it's going to be well into the 30s. Player of the game for me is going to be Mark Andrews. Like I said, he's just been a huge end zone threat for the Ravens, and I think that's going to continue in this week 3. So, and if I had to pick a player for the Chiefs, I would have to say, I'm gonna say Howard, Jordan Howard, the running back. He's been kind of quiet these past few games. I think he really needs to step up.
I mean, D.D. Williams, Howard plays with Eagles.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. My bad. That's why he's on my game on the Chiefs. That's why. Okay. Yeah. I think the running back Westbrook's going to play, or DD's going to play. Williams is going to play really well in this game. He's been quiet these past few games, so I think he's going to break out. And they really do need a running game established in this game because that's the thing about that defense. They're not just going to allow you to throw a billion times. So I think they need to establish a run, and I think they will with Williams. So he's going to be my player of the game for the Chiefs. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's going to be a close one. I would say it would be like 35-33. Ravens win.
Alrighty, that's all I got to say.
That'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe. Of course, love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.